superhero. I'm so afraid to let the show. Don't compare me, I'm Rose. Then you know me by yourself. Don't want to be a king or a superhero. I'm so afraid to let the show. Don't compare me, I'm Rose. Then you know me by yourself.
Hi guys, well, today I hope you've seen and enjoyed this intro. It did only take my very light Manfrotto tripod instead of my flute head, so I hope the moves were steady and okay. But well, today I'm gonna talk about two Wenger products, and I know I do a lot of reviews these days about Wenger, but I also have to say that I've got a lot of stuff from Wenger that I'm testing, and for several reasons I'll show you that in a few seconds. So I'm pretty much gonna make a kind of comparison. Do not consider that as a comparison. I will check two knives, pretty much one of my favorite knives that has been with me. This is its brother, but I have the exact same one that has been with me over the world, in Indonesia, in Asia, pretty much everywhere, even in the United States, in Colorado, and when I was pretty young. This was my first true Swiss Army knife that I got when I was 9 years old, and this one is pretty much what I consider its evolution, and you will see why I've picked this one to review. It has some really good features. It's part of the Ranger grip version. You have some gum here, rubber for a good fit. It's a pretty wide one compared to what I consider as its predecessor. And well, the other one thing from Wenger that I'm going to review today is something that everybody doesn't know about. Wenger does not only make excellent knives, they also make excellent lighters and outdoor equipment. I'm probably going to try to review their backpack in the future, sleeping bags if I can. I will try to see what I can review in the future, but I still love Wenger over the other Swiss brand. I'm not gonna talk about the other one that you all know, but this is the Clava Lighter, which is a windproof lighter that has some nice features to it. And of course I'm also gonna make probably try, if I have enough light, try to make another video to show you a nice little trick using a knife that has a saw to allow you to not to batten wood, but kind of an alternate way of battening wood. So stay tuned, and now we are gonna take a look at the model I have here. So here you see the old version, version 1 of the old version of Ranger's knives from Wenger. Here you see the one I've reviewed recently, which is one of my favorite for bushcrafting and, well, wood applications, everything when I'm alone in the woods. And here, this one is the Ranger Grip 90.822. So here you see pretty much the range of the tools you have. The reason why I'm comparing those is because you will see the differences between all of them. So here on the old version you did have security that was kind of a liner lock with an external slider button. On the newer version you have the Swiss logo, Swiss arms, that is the lock button, and here it's the same. Safe lock, easy to undo, and of course all blades are comparable. It's pretty much reverted on the older model and newer ones. So what you see, you have an easy opening here on the new model. The Ranger grip, excuse me, I'm gonna try to here. Okay, so on the newer version you have something that I really like, is a single hand opening. I love that because when you have gloves it's way easier. If you have fingernails that are too short, you can open it pretty easily. What you have also, what you can see also here, is that kind of small eggs hole, and this is to allow using small bits as a screwdriver, something I'll show you at the end of the video. Now, something that's one of and two of the reasons why I wanted to show you pretty much these two knives, and why I wanted to not exactly compare them, but yeah, pretty much show you the features that were comparable. Is something I did love a lot on my former version was the pair of pliers, and they were great, useful, but really thin. And what they've come up with on the newer version is, check that out. You have a pair of pliers that is bigger, looks pretty much like what you can find on those multi-tool, but with a bigger blade, a bigger and secure blade, lighter than pretty much any Leatherman Surge or Core or those of that kind. It's really comfy, really easy to use, and this is excellent for several reasons. This is something, a knife I consider for people in the mountaineering, because you have to tighten sometimes stuff on your crampons, ice axes and stuff like that. You have a big blade, excellent thing with one hand opening, or the ability to open that only with gloves, excellent stuff. You also have the hex screw, something you wouldn't need that much like on a pure bushcraft knife. If you are on a bike tour, you would be really glad to have that accessory here, the pair of pliers. So this is pretty much the best evolution from that little knife here. So this one did have some a can opener, bottle opener, a screwdriver here that was lockable into place, and this one has been replaced by the hex hole here, where you use bits, which extends the range of use of that knife. Of course, the blade, excellent blade, I'll show you that later on the newer model. And here you did have two things, and this is the last things I want to compare for the evolution. So here, this tool can be useful if you're bringing a bottle of wine, but really that's not often my case. So you don't have that in here, but you have the awl. And if you compare those two holes, you will see that one of them, excuse me, I'm trying to, yeah, here The one on the Ranger grip has been designed by Mike Horn, and what you can see here, the old one is unsharpened. It works, it's okay, it was great. I did use it a lot on my other knife, but this one is a beast of an awl. And pretty much what I can say is that it's the best awl I've tested so far. Excuse me, see here. I'm gonna try to show you the cross section of that awl. See, it's how it's designed. So it's pretty much a round piece, like so, sharpened on one side. This is pretty much gonna pierce and make the holes you need to, and you will be able to use that as an awl, and it's really an excellent evolution from the first model that was here. See that? This is how it did look like. See, unsharpened, spiky but unsharpened. So here the comparison stops between both knives. So here it's an excellent evolution, and I pretty much see that knife more for a bit more technical outings, mountaineering stuff, bike touring, and pretty much the kind of knife that you may want to have also to take your cup out of the fire using the pair of pliers. Excellent, because, well, you don't want to burn your fingers. If you find or if you have in your kit some piece of stainless steel wire or wire, you have a wire cutting here, wire cutting blade. If you have a nut or something to tighten, or something to break, or if you need something to get, I don't know, maybe try to pull out of your hands a piece of spiky piece of wood or something like that, you expand your possibilities with that kind of knife. And you want to know the ultimate knife that I would like to see someday. It would be pretty much this knife with this excellent addition here, which is the file. And I consider the file really useful for several applications in here. But this knife with wooden scales would be awesome. Pretty much all the tools you have here, replacing, for example, that corkscrew by that, adding the pliers to this one, that would be awesome. But most of all, this awl should be on all Ranger models. It's the best awl I've found so far. So this is an excellent awl, and I really love that evolution. So guys at Wenger, if you can add on more of your Ranger knives this awl, it would be an excellent thing. Now you have, as I've said, a nice addition, that is this pair of pliers, not pliers, this file, excellent for sharpening your crampons and ice axe or stuff like that, or for small repairs and all those little things. So overall, it's an excellent knife. You have the huge saw blade. This is pretty much another reason why I prefer Wenger knives, because in the Ranger series you really have a huge saw blade and they are really sharp. I really like the way they stick out. Here you can see it's yeah, it's pretty much my favorite saw on pocket knives, and you have plenty of blade to use and cut big chunks of wood. So this knife rocks, and this is the Wenger grip 90.822. So now I'm just gonna test quickly the blade, the awl, the pair of pliers. Well, I won't test it right now, but show you once again how that awesome saw cuts, and just show you some stuff like that, and show you how great this knife is, and show you the bits, how you put them and how they hold. The saw blade here, see the size compared to my hand, pretty good piece of wood. So I consider that pretty good for a small saw that you can have on your knife, in the pocket, pretty much wherever you go. Clean cuts. This is fresh wood. See, here you have the blade that works pretty well. Something that you must consider is that this is a really fat knife, so I pretty much like how it rides in your hand, how you can hold it firmly even with gloves. It's a plus in my opinion. Of course, it comes out of the factory razor sharp. These knives you can, if needed, you can easily make. Here the wood is green, but you could make feather sticks pretty easily, so this is excellent as well. And something I forgot to mention is that, and I love that, when it comes out of the box here, you can see you have a nice sheath that comes with. In the sheath you have a spot to put your bits. Can you see that? I'm just gonna change the, excuse me, not what I wanted to do. Okay, so here you can see you have, those come with the sheath. You have two bits for your knife, and here you have the, excuse me for the focus, you have the bit holder, so you use your bits like so. They hold well, they won't get out easily, so it's an excellent thing. And what I love about that system is that you have, see how much torque you have here. It's an excellent way to tighten your screws. You have really a lot of torque, so that's another plus I see with that kind of Wenger grip knife. And the sheath itself, as I've said, the sheath comes with. Here you see you have the pocket for the bits. In the front you can add more without any problem. You have a nice piece of elastic band on the four pockets, and the pocket to put the knife in. And what I love as well is that, see, this sheath has a double closing system that you can easily add to a molly jacket. I've tried it, or on your belt without the risk of losing it because of the crocodile style of closure here. So you have a great knife with pretty much anything you need. Now what I'm gonna do is just test the awl on that piece of wood here, just to see how it performs and show you how it performs. But this awl, as I've said, is really an excellent addition. Sorry, can't do the focus and do it at the same time. So here it's really like a drill bit, really excellent if you need to make holes, replace a button. And see, I don't know if you can pick that up here on the so here you can easily make holes. They are clean, they are excellent if you need, as I've said, to build yourself a some replacement for a button you've broken or something like that. So here is a knife I am trying right now that I really enjoy. As I've said, it's something, it's I'm not sure 100% sure about that because I don't have all the pliers type multi-tool, but I think this, compared to what you can do, is a bit lighter than most of the multi-tool I have. But you have the great advantage of having, yeah, a good pair of pliers, but most of all you have a bigger blade than you can find on most of those multi-tool. A huge blade, excellent asset, and as I've said, this knife is something that I consider being more useful for people that are biking or mountaineering. And what I love is that you have a plain edge without serration, which is an excellent thing. Mike Horn's design on the awl, excellent. You have only what's necessary. As I've said, you don't have a bottle opener, but you have a can opener. It's not designed to drink a beer, but to open your food if you need to. And of course you can, if needed, again without any problem, use pretty much all of the other tools to open your bottle. So all in all, it's an excellent versatile knife. You have all your tools in one, and this is the Ranger Grip 90.822. Only thing that I may consider as a drawback is that you have it only in yellow. I would have found great to have more colors for this one, for example in black or in other colors. You have several other models, but I think this one is the most complete and the best when it comes to, you know, bushcraft survival, trekking expedition knife. So excellent knife. And now I'm just gonna check and talk a bit about the Clava Lighter that I've got with that one. So let's see that in a few seconds. Okay, so now the Clava Lighter. So first, a word about the design of that lighter. So as you can see here, you have a decent sized lighter, and that is totally enclosed in two kind of parts like so. So it's pretty much a kind of waterproof cylinder with a nice carabiner and piece of cord. So you have something that you can clip to your backpack and be pretty sure you will not lose. So this is first an excellent thing, especially when it comes to redundancy. Now, this you will probably not see the flame here. Just gonna try to show you this. So, okay, now, so see here, you see it gets red, and here is not a huge lot of wind, but you have some, and the flame remains steady, and you have a lot of heat, so it burns pretty quickly. It will pretty quickly help you to get your fire going. But something else is, I find, a great addition to that. So here you can see this is in the bottom. It's hard to show you. In the bottom part you have a mirror. So enclosed and protected here you have a mirror, so this will help you for signaling. And on the bottom part here you have another compartment. This is where you fit it. You can see the happy face, 2 eyes, the smile, maybe a kind of devil's face with Odin's eye in the middle. But here is the filling valve, and you can set here, not sure you can pick that up. Here is how you set the plus or minus power of the flame. Here you can see what you have, what gas you have left here. And what I find great is that I was able to stick a piece of tinder. This is pretty much one cotton ball that has been stuck inside a piece of plastic and in the bottom of the bottle cap. You have here another mirror, and this means I always have with me, enclosed in the lighter, a way to light a fire or to help myself light a fire. And as I've said, this is a pretty powerful lighter, so if you want to check that out, here, see, it's dry grass, but it picks a flame pretty easily. See, once again, so you have pretty much like a small flamethrower here, that will not be afraid of the wind. So here, when I stop blowing, it starts to burn. It's really a great and steady small lighter. Great to have with you, like backup lighter in the case of high winds and the need to have a steady flame in high winds to light a fire or stuff like that, because I've been through the hassle of using a big lighter and try to light upside down near the pile of wood and the tinder, and just couldn't light and take couldn't have a steady flame enough to light that fire. And here you can see, here it's the same, it works as well upside down. It's not designed to, but you can light it upside down, and it works really well. It's not a really small lighter, but it's waterproof, watertight when closed, so this is a nice addition. You can store some tinder, you have a mirror that you can use in the survival situation. So this is pretty much what I call a survival lighter, and in red thing is that you can find it. If you lose it, drop it on the ground, it will be easier to spot it. So great addition. You can pretty much use that and clip it to your knife, so that you'd always have your fire lighter with you at hand, and you have pretty much the survival kit, minimal survival kit with a fire device and a knife with other tools that you can use for your survival needs. So guys, thanks for watching. 2 excellent items here for more less traditional survival, because yeah, I pretty much always use fire steel, but it's really interesting to see the quality, the great quality of Wenger's lighter and other stuff than knives. So as I've said, I will try to review in the future some of their backpacks and other pieces of equipment, because I'm really interested in seeing what they do and how they do other stuff than knives, and I'm really confident when it comes to knives with Wenger. So this was the Ranger Grip 90.822, 90.822, with the pair of pliers. Excellent multi-tool, excellent versatile knife for your bug out bag, your everyday carry if you are on a motorcycle and need to have a small versatile multi-tool that goes for survival situation, and also for emergency repairs. Excellent stuff. And this little lighter here, excellent addition to your kit as well, if you want something that is waterproof and will be reliable when you really need to have a flame and a steady flame in winds and in the worst conditions. So guys, thanks for watching and see you soon. Cheers.